Hello, ladies. Hello, gentlemen. Oh my gosh. I'm sitting in a new spot today and right in front of a window with shutters. And oh my gosh, the lighting is so unforgiving. But you're just going to have to, I guess you're going to have to deal with it. Well, okay, today will probably most likely be my last day here at the Indio Rehabilitation and Skilled Nursing Facility. And they evidently you can't just leave like that. There is like a whole process of evaluation to good morning to and processing. They have to have go over your occupational therapy, your OT progress, and your PT progress, and they go over certain, see how you've been doing, whatever. So, and then they're checking on getting transportation for me to go home, and so it'll take a while. So in the meantime, I want to say I don't know that I'll come from this location again, but I want to thank Luis, my case manager, who has been more than kind to me. And this morning, I he escorted me to the independent dining room, and then he just brought me a cup of coffee and peaches and cottage cheese. And the reason behind that is I've been taking notes of things that I'm noticing, just like my impressions or whatever. So one of the things is, and I talked about it yesterday, that I think they begin to serve breakfast, I'll say at 6, it may at around 6 o'clock. Well, I've been eating in my room in bed. I guess those have been my orders. And so I don't actually, by the time they bring the food to the people who eat in their rooms, it's like at least an hour later. So then let's say I have my breakfast at 7. It's usually later than that. And so then lunch is at noon, and then dinner's at 6. So, and you get your one serving. So like last night, complaining about the amount of food, but I mean, the food is plenty. It's plenty to eat. But anyway, I just think that I need more to eat than that. Well, I don't, because I'm overweight and I'm trying to lose weight. But so I mentioned it to Luis, my case manager, and he said, all you have to do is ask. Ask and they will bring you a snack. And I didn't know that. So I was delighted. And so he said he would do it for me this time. And he did. So he brought me a little bowl of cottage cheese and peaches, and it tastes so good to me, and a cup of coffee. And they only serve Sank. Well, I say Sanka, but they only serve decaf. So if you're used to a good rich cup of coffee, the decaf it doesn't cut it, but it's better than nothing. And so my coffee and my peaches and cottage cheese are my snack, and I'm loving every bite of it. Trying to get comfortable here, you guys. May have to go back over here. Follow me. And let's see what else. I just ordered some makeup. I ordered some more YSL foundation from Sephora, and I ordered some lipstick that Dominique Saxe recommended, a color that I've kind of been looking for. So maybe I can put my leg up. My leg is hurting. Maybe I can just move this chair over. So oh yeah, it's better. I don't have to sit right in front of the window. Let's see if I can get my leg up here. So I ordered some pink lipstick and a primer. So that, it's good when you're in a place like this, you have time to order things, which is very dangerous. And let's see, Silent Tears. I have to tell you guys, you've mentioned, so many of you have mentioned that I have a great attitude, and I'm making the most of this situation. But I have had a couple real meltdowns, like where I've really, really cried and wailed and cried, and I've got to get my foot better. And where I have just, I've cried the ugly cry, and not for like a minute, but for like 20 minutes or so. And usually it's when I'm by myself, hence silent tears. But I have let loose in front of my brother and sister-in-law. Poor them. They probably, it was so uncomfortable for them, I'm sure, but I couldn't hold it in. And I feel like personally, I think it's healthy that if you're going to cry, to go on and cry and let it out, and don't stuff it back inside. And the frustration and the anger and the confusion, the anxiety, all the feelings that come with this kind of a accident are there. They're inside of me, and the embarrassment, the the pain, the physical pain, the financial expense, the kibosh it puts into your regular life and your life schedule, the fact that you don't get to see your loved ones like you do normally, your friends, your family, the just the complete 180 in change of lifestyle, and the realization of that, and the realization of the rehab that is coming your way, and the physical pain, the inconvenience that life provides over something like this. So I'm just here to say that yes, I have felt all of that, and much more that I'm probably unable to verbalize right now, because what I really want to get to is that this morning after I had breakfast and I did a spit bath, and I wheeled around a while and met with the case manager, and anyway, finally my leg was starting to hurt, and I got back in bed and I rested. I just laid in bed and closed my eyes, and I needed to rest. But while I was resting, I heard silent crying going on next door to me, and I didn't do anything, but I just sort of said a prayer, it was just bothering me. It was happening. It was happening. I could hear it. I could hear the pain. And so I went on, I got my wheelchair and I wheeled myself to the room next door, and I thought, I think this is where it's coming from. And so I went over, and sure enough, there was this lady, darling lady, curled up, not curled up, but sort of curled up on her side. And she was, crying just the way I cry, with my hand over my face, or my sheet, or, over my face, or my pillow over my face, to try to hide myself and to cry in my own primal way. And that's what she was doing. And so I went over there and I kind of touched her arm, and I said, can I help? And in other words, I wanted to give her an opportunity to tell me to get out of there, get away. And she did it. She welcomed it, which I liked. And so, she couldn't talk. She was just crying so hard. But I did. I talked, and I just said, I came over to you because I heard you're crying, and I've been there. I've done, I heard myself in your crying, and can I say a prayer for both of us? And she said yes. So I did. She had like religious signs around in her bedroom, so I felt comfortable saying that. But I wanted to ask first. And then I just sort of rubbed her arm, and we talked. She didn't talk. She talked a little bit about what the core of why she was crying at the moment. But then I basically, took over and talked about, I know, and isn't it horrible, and what it's to find ourselves in this situation, in this strange environment, and like she said, in the noise, and they just walk in your room, and it's like, I know, they're there to help us, and they come in to give us our medication, and we have roommates that need help too, so it's not just it's anyway. We talked about the how that it's a struggle physically, it's a struggle emotionally. It throws our life in disorder, and just the circumstance that we didn't expect, how it pulls us out of our out of our circle of influence, and our neighborhoods, and our families, and our church communities, and our children, and our pets, and our friends, and our activities, and we don't know the outcome really, and we don't have the timetable. We're at everybody else's mercy, who are there to take care of us. But it's still, for people like most of Americans, I think we're so not used to asking for help. We're so used to being able to do it on our own. And so to have to reach out for help, to have to lean on someone else just to even go to the bathroom is so really humiliating, but you have to get over it. And so anyway, we just got down and talked about that, and so it was there were silent tears, and they were valuable, they were necessary, and they were validated and respected and understood by both of us, because I said, I'm only in this room right now because I heard myself and you're crying. And so anyway, I wanted to share about silent tears, and about being in a rehab place like this that is really there to help us and to care for us and to provide that safety net for us. But on the other hand, for all the people that are in here as patients, how traumatic it is, and it's many of us will experience this. So, and it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that it can be very scary and very unknown. And so that's part of why I wanted to share my experience while I've been here. Okay, you guys, kind of a heavy subject, but that's okay. It's okay to talk about things that matter, serious things. So with that, I'm supposed to be getting a phone call from Transport, who's transporting me home, and to sign some papers and things, so I'm going to have to hang up. But I did want to take this time to talk about the reality of being in a care facility. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. P.S. I love you, and I'll be, maybe the next time I see you, I'll be home. Bye.